I don't know what's going on with my home improvement videos, but they don't do too well, but who cares? Anyway, here's another thing that we came up with, and it was a long process. Took about 3 or 4 months, but it's 2 stories in one. We're remodeling the bathroom, and every single detail has to be looked at. And one of them is towel racks. What are you going to do with towel racks? So some friends of ours own a beach house, and they invite us there every once in a while when they don't have it rented out, or whether they just go there for themselves and they invite their other friends over. And sometimes we have a big house full and sometimes we don't. But anyway, one of the things we do is we walk the beach and we collect seashells and driftwood. So here's some driftwood we've collected over time, just picking up driftwood, what do we do with it, where does it go, whatever. And the important thing is note that there's two sides. Note that it's kind of curved. That's going to come into play here in a little bit. So what is going on? How does that go into the bathroom remodeling? Well, Stephanie saw these rocks that someone made on Etsy, and she thought, hey, that's a good idea. I'm going to buy these, and we can screw them into the wall and hang the towels on them. I thought, oh, okay, well, that's a good idea. Okay, right. However, you just don't want to screw them into the drywall and have them, break off. You need to screw them into the studs because you're going to hang towels on them. You're just going to grab the towel and yank it off, and all kinds of scenarios are going to happen where if you just screw it into the drywall, you're going to be in trouble. Even if you have a butterfly on the back of it or something, one of those little clip things to screw it into, it's really not a good idea. You should go into the stud. So we're hem-hawing around trying to come up with all this stuff, what are we going to do? So it just kind of migrated into, hey, let's use the driftwood as a foundation to put those rocks up with. And so there we have it. And I'll show you what I did. So let me zoom in here. Got 3 pieces of driftwood and 3 rocks to hang our towels on. So I'm going to show you in a little bit of detail what I did over by the hand towel rack at the sink. So I have the rock off and the driftwood up. And I'll show you the details there. Okay, well, the first thing I did that I can't show you because it's already up is on the back side I sanded flats. Okay, it's still, I left this high because I only needed the ends to be flat. If it was curved in, then I needed to sand the back down to match the ends, but in this case I sanded down the ends just to get them flat so it goes up against the wall. Next, I did a countersink. You can see right here. Let me zoom into that. I did a countersink, and it turned out to be 1 inch. I wanted the end to fit in there flat. I didn't want to screw it onto the wood directly. You see, if I would have screwed it in there, the surface area on the back of here would have been very small, and that would have allowed some movement. So that is the reason for countersinking. So I have this large surface area sitting flat. Next is I took some 3.5 inch nails, finishing nails. I don't know what size they are, 16D maybe. Anyway, and I drove them into the stud. They're angled in a little bit, just slightly, but not too much because I don't want to interfere. I don't want the nail to be anywhere near where it's going to screw in and stop that from happening. So I just have them slightly angled in to the stud that's right here. So I got this one in and this one in, and that keeps it from moving around. Then I drilled a hole to the minor diameter of the screw because I didn't want to fight this thing going in, and that way the cut into the wood is just the major diameter of the screw. So it's not too bad to screw this in. It just kind of goes. Let's see, I did not screw any pilot holes for the nails. They just went in. And you just drive this in, and if it's long enough, it might go into the drywall, but that it was not the objective at all. I was going to secure the driftwood to the wall and then secure the hanger to the driftwood. So that's the kind of the philosophy behind it. The next is just artistic rearranging, which is style, and my wife came up with all of that. She chose everything. She's the lead design engineer on this project. So that's the details of it, and I'll go show you the other side for the towel racks and finish up. So here's the one side, towel rack, hand towel rack, mirror, electrical outlet, just kind of, we're finishing up, we're not quite done, still have some work to do, but anyway, we're moving along. So here's the arrangement on the other side for the bath towels, as you were. So this one, she wanted kind of an angle in this way, an angle in this way, and vertical this way, because we had 3 studs here. I could go into it. And this one had a curve in it, so I let the curve naturally go in this way. The rocks are where the studs are, and she also wanted these two a little bit lower than this one. She wanted this one in the center, and this one, notice it's not in the center, it's above center but below here. So, all those millions of little details come into play. This one, I think, these two, I had to use 3 nails. It would still wiggle, so there it is, it's still wiggling. I'll probably have 2 on this one. That one's solid, that one's solid. So I must have used the 3 nails on this one. This one still wiggles a little bit. I might put a 3rd nail in there. Good thing I wiggled it, because when we actually start using it, that's when, we need it to be solid. And this one looks like it'll just be the one that's used more often, because you'll step out of the shower and grab this one. So yeah, let me firm that up a little bit. But anyway, the main thing is I just wanted to introduce another option. If you're doing your bathroom, redoing your bathroom, then that is an option for you, because we spent months and months and months at looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of options, and we ended up going with something that we made up, as opposed to purchasing a towel rack. So there's my video, real quick, easy, show you what we did. Made a towel rack in the bathroom. Thank you for watching.